Today is Tuesday, the 2nd day of June 2026. I am George Wenner and I'm here on Friars Hill Road, just outside the entrance to the former Friars Hill Power Station, the decommissioned Friars Hill Power Station. And we're here following the story of a fuel oil leak as reported by the Public Utilities Authority in a communique yesterday. Heavy fuel oil stored in these fuel tanks. One of them ruptured and heavy fuel oil has leaked out, causing a challenge, an environmental hazard to the community here in Upper Fort Road, Yorks and the McKinnons Wetlands. So the work crews, as reported, have been working overnight into the night in trying to contain and to clean up the spill on the facility itself, and that has made its way into the public drain along this road, Electric Avenue, down into Crown Gardens, into the water course that transits from Woods through Upper Fort Road down into the McKinnons Wetlands. And so let us take a look as to what occurred here with this spill. So work crews have been working overnight and they brought a lot of mold here, dumping in the drain in an attempt to absorb the oil spill, the heavy fuel oil. This is not diesel fuel, it is a grade in the region of bunker C fuel. This is the drain coming out from the facility, and as you can see, it's very thick and viscous, heavy fuel. And this fuel is what is making its way into the waterway, into the drain, into the waterway. So the authorities, they have opted to mitigate the severity of the spill by dumping mold into the drain in an attempt to stem the flow into the water course and absorb. And that's interesting. Now, these tanks, since it is reported that this Friars Hill Power Station has been decommissioned for nearly 2 decades, 20 years, and it would appear that APUA is still storing heavy fuel in these tanks, though they're not utilizing these engines. And if these engines are used on other plants, have they been transferring the fuel via a bridging operation, that is via road, through trailer bulk carriers? How is it for 20 years nearly the fuel has been kept in these storage tanks? Have they been maintaining the storage tanks? We know we had some earthquakes, some tremors recently. Questions. Is it that any of the previous quakes that we've had has caused a rupture to the lines, to the fuel storage facility here at Friars Hill, which is bottom bound with West Indies oil? And we haven't heard of any leaks with West Indies oil. WEOC, they maintain their storage tanks, and is the same level of care, due diligence and attention given by the Public Utilities Authority to their storage facility. And if in fact that APUA has engines, because we know APUA purchased power from a private operator and private provider, what is the frequency of use of the heavy fuel stored in this facility? We know that private power company, they have just set up a liquefied natural gas plant at the Crabs Peninsula, which uses a cleaner form of energy, as we can say. Still fossil fuel, based on fossil fuel, but a cleaner form of energy, not totally green. But this has been here, sitting here, and what level of care, attention and maintenance has been done. We know this is not the first time there's leaks from this facility. This facility has leaked oil over the years, and this is a heavy flow. So let us take a walk down, all the way down where the work crews are still working and see what happens going down into the water course. So we're here, and so we're always ready for field work, so let's get changed. And we're ready for the field. What I say? So as you can see, they've poured a lot of the mold. And morning. And the morning. And so as you can see, they're putting a lot of morning. And so the excavator has been here. Pouring into the drain. Making its way into the water course. So let us see what obtains. This line was a line coming from West Indies oil, but I think they have closed this line. This was a fuel line, jet fuel, that makes its way to the airport. So this is the water course, and they have excavated here in an attempt to take away a lot of the oil, heavy oil that came down here. You can see evidence of it here. Still remains. We are under this bridge, this bypass pedestrian bridge in the community, and we're actually in the drain. So they've been cleaning in the drain, and we make our way down in an attempt to take up the fuel oil that came down into the water course this way. Morning, Mr. Edwards. So the containment is complete. You mind speaking to me? No?
I don't know, because just like you, we waited.
All right, morning. Yes. So this is the water course. They've been cleaning this area here. Okay. So it would appear the spill made it this far, down into the water course. And the water course pushes ahead this way. This is the back of Iron Basics gym. Making it to the back of the ball court here in Upper Fort Road, the sports complex. Now the concern is, this is just above the Walton Christian Street, that junction, that bridge, and this is the water course that brings you up from the Woods Pond and through Upper Fort Road, making this way through this water course that is not clean. And we hope to take this opportunity to alert the relevant authorities to clean this water course. This is a major waterway. We're now into the hurricane season, and we know the volume of water coming from Wireless, Upper Gambles, through Woods, through Upper Fort Road, through Yorks, into the McKinnons Wetlands. This is the play field here in Upper Fort Road, and the sporting complex. Now the concern is, if the oil spill, if measures of containment and mitigation are not followed through in containing this spill, that tributary would join this major water course going through Yorks, and this would pose a challenge. So we're now on the Anchorage Road, downstream from the water course that runs from the Woods Pond through Upper Fort Road. And so the challenge is to mitigate the oil spill and to intercept and to stem the flow upstream, because if it enters into this water course, that tributary from Electric Avenue adjacent to the Decommissioned Friars Hill power station, and it enters this water course, this waterway, which is the Anchorage Road, if it crosses over into the Yorks community via this bridge, Anchorage Road, via this bridge, and makes its way down into Yorks, it will eventually find its way into the McKinnons Salt Pond, the McKinnons Wetlands, and that will heighten the ecological disaster. Here we see some wild waterfowl, and this is the ecosystem that is at threat. George Wenner reporting for the Real News Network.